Good afternoon, reading from the Book of HANOK. Chapter 37, the Parables. The second vision which he saw, the Book of Wisdom, which HANOK, the son of Zered, the son of Mahalalel, the son of Cainan, the son of Enosh, the son of Sheth, the son of Adam saw. And this is the beginning of the words of wisdom, which I lifted up my voice to speak and say to those who dwell on earth. Hear, you men of old time, and see, you that come after, the words of the Qodesh one, which I will speak before Yahuwah of hosts. It were better to declare to the men of old time, but even from those that come after, we will not withhold the beginning of wisdom. Till the present day, such wisdom has never been given by Yahuwah of hosts, as I have received according to my insight, according to the good pleasure of Yahuwah of hosts, by whom the lot of eternal high has been given to me. Now, 3 parables were imparted to me, and I lifted up my voice and recounted them to those that dwell on the earth. Chapter 38, the first parable. When the congregation of the righteous shall appear, and sinners shall be judged for their sins, and shall be driven from the face of the earth. And when the righteous one shall appear before the eyes of the righteous, whose elect works hang upon Yahuwah of hosts, and light shall appear to the righteous and the elect who dwell on the earth, where then will be the dwelling of the sinners, and where the resting place of those who have denied Yahuwah of hosts. It would have been good for them if they had not been born. When the secret of the righteous shall be revealed, and the sinners rightly ruled, and the wicked driven from the presence of the righteous and elect. From that time, those that possess the earth shall no longer be powerful and exalted, and they shall not be able to look upon the face of the Qodesh, for Yahuwah of hosts has caused his light to appear on the face of the Qodesh, righteous and elect. Then shall the sovereigns and the mighty perish, and be given into the hands of the righteous and Qodesh, and from thereon none shall seek for themselves compassion from Yahuwah of hosts, for their life is at an end. 39. And it shall come to be in those days that the elect and Qodesh children will descend from the high Shamayim, and their seed will become one with the children of men. And in those days HANOK received books of ardor and wrath, and books of unrest and expulsion. And compassion shall not be granted to them, says Yahuwah of hosts. And in those days a whirlwind carried me off from the earth, and put me down at the end of the Shamayim. And there I saw another vision, the dwelling places of the Qodesh, and the resting places of the righteous. Here my eyes saw their dwellings, with his righteous messengers, and their resting places with the Qodesh. And they petitioned and interceded, and prayed for the children of men, and righteousness flowed before them as water, and compassion like dew upon the earth. And so it is amongst them forever and ever. What a picture. And in that place my eyes saw the elect one of righteousness and of belief, and I saw his dwelling place under the wings of Yahuwah of hosts. And righteousness shall prevail in his days, and the righteous and elect shall be without number before him forever and ever. And all the righteous and elect before him shall be strong as fiery lights, and their mouth shall be full of berekoth, and their lips exalt the name of Yahuwah of hosts. And righteousness before him shall never fail, and uprightness shall never fail before him. There I wanted to dwell, and my spirit longed for that dwelling place, and there as yet has been my portion, for so has it been established concerning me before Yahuwah of hosts. In those days I praised and exalted the name of Yahuwah of hosts, with berekoth, blessings and praises, because he has destined me for berekah, for blessing, and esteem according to the good pleasure of Yahuwah of hosts. For a long time my eyes regarded that place, and I Baruch him, and praised him, saying, Baruch is he, and may he be Baruch from the beginning for eternity. And before him there is no ceasing. He knows before the world was created what is forever, and what will be from generation unto generation. Those who do not sleep Baruch you. They stand before your esteem and Baruch, praise and exalt, saying, Qodesh, Qodesh, Qodesh is Yahuwah of hosts. He fills the earth with spirits. And here my eyes saw all those who do not sleep. They stand before him and Baruch and say, Baruch be you, and Baruch be the name of Yahuwah forever and ever. And my face was changed, for I could no longer look on. Chapter 40. And after that I saw thousands of thousands and 10,000 times 10,000. I saw a multitude beyond number and reckoning, who stood before Yahuwah of hosts. And on the four sides of Yahuwah of hosts I saw four presences, different from those that do not sleep. And I learned their names. For the messengers that went with me made known to me their names, and showed me all the hidden matters. And I heard the voices of those four presences as they uttered praises before Yahuwah of esteem. The first voice, Baruch Yahuwah of hosts forever and ever. And the second voice I heard, Baruch the elect one, and the elect ones who hang upon Yahuwah of hosts. And the third voice I heard pray and intercede for those who dwell on the earth, and make supplication in the name of Yahuwah of hosts. And I heard the fourth voice fending off the adversaries, and forbidding them to come before Yahuwah of hosts to accuse them who dwell on the earth. After that I asked the messenger of peace, who went with me, who showed me all matters that are hidden, who are these four presences, which I have seen, and whose words I have heard and written down. And he said to me, This first is Michael, full of favour and patient, and the second, who is appointed over all the diseases and all the wounds of the children of men, is Raphael. And the third, who is appointed over all the powers, is Gabriel. And the fourth, who is appointed over the repentance unto hope of those who inherit eternal high, is named Phanuel. And these are the four messengers of Yahuwah of hosts, and the four voices I heard in those days. Chapter 41. And after that I saw all the secrets of the Shamayim, and how the rain is divided, and how the actions of men are weighed in the balance. And there I saw the mansions of the elect, and the mansions of the Qodesh, and my eyes saw there all the sinners being driven from there which deny the name of Yahuwah of hosts, and being dragged off, and they could not abide because of the punishment which proceeds from Yahuwah of hosts. And there my eyes saw the secrets of the lightning, and of the thunder, and the secrets of the winds, and how they are divided to blow over the earth, and the secrets of the clouds and dew. And these I saw from where they proceed in that place, and from where they saturate the dusty earth. And there I saw closed chambers, out of which the winds are divided, the chambers of the hail and winds, the chamber of the mist, and of all clouds, and the cloud thereof hovers over the earth. From the beginning of the world. Wow. And I saw the chambers of the sun and moon, where they proceed and where they come again, and their magnificence return, and how one is superior to the other, and their stately orbit, and how they do not leave their orbit, and they do not add to their orbit, and they do not take away from it, and they keep trust with each other in accordance with the oath by which they are bound together. And first the sun goes forth and traverses the path according to the commandment of Yahweh of hosts, and mighty is his name forever and ever. And after that I saw the hidden and the visible path of the moon, and she accomplishes the course of her path in that place by day and by night, the one holding a position opposite to the other before Yahweh of hosts. And they give thanks and praise, and do not rest, for unto them is their thanksgiving rest. For the sun changes often for a berekoth or a curse, and the course of the path of the moon is light to the righteous and darkness to the sinners, in the name of Yahweh, who made a separation between the light and the darkness, and divided the spirits of the men, and strengthened the spirits of the righteous, in the name of his righteousness, wisdom and understanding. For no messenger delays, and no power is able to delay. For he appoints a right ruler for them all, and he rightly rules them all before him. Chapter 42. Wisdom found no place where she might dwell. Then a dwelling place was assigned her in the Shamayim. Wisdom went forth to make her dwelling among the children of men, and found no dwelling place. Wisdom returned to her place, and took her seat among the messengers. And unrighteousness went forth from her chambers. Whom she did not seek, she found, and dwelt with them, as a rain in a desert and dew on a thirsty land. Oh, be warned. Chapter 43. And I saw other lightnings, and the stars of the Shamayim. And I saw how he called them all by their names, and they listened to him. And I saw how they are weighed in a righteous balance according to their proportions of light, the width of their spaces, and the day of their appearing, and how their revolution produces lightning, and their revolution according to the number of the messengers. And they keep trust with each other. And I asked the messengers who went with me, who showed me what was hidden, what are these? And he said to me, Yahweh of hosts has showed you their similarity. These are the names of the Qodesh who dwell on the earth, and believe in the name of Yahweh of hosts forever and ever. Oh my goodness me, wow. Chapter 44. Also, another matter I saw in regard to the lightnings, how some of the stars arise and become lightnings, and cannot part with their new form. Chapter 45. And this is the second parable, concerning those who deny the name of the dwelling of the Qodeshim and Yahweh of hosts. And into the Shamayim they shall not ascend, and on the earth they shall not come. Such shall be the lot of the sinners who have denied the name of Yahweh of hosts, who are thus preserved for the day of suffering and tribulation. On that day my elect one shall sit on the throne of esteem, and shall try their works, and their places of rest shall be innumerable, and their beings shall grow strong within them, when they see my elect ones, and those who have called upon my magnificent name. Then will I cause my elect one to dwell among them, and I will transform the Shamayim, and make it an eternal berekoth and light. and I will transform the earth and make it a berekoth, and I will cause my elect ones to dwell upon it. But the sinners and evildoers shall not place a foot upon it. For I have provided and satisfied with peace my righteous ones, and have caused them to dwell before me. But for the sinners there is judgment impending with me, so that I shall destroy them from the face of the earth. Chapter 46. And there I saw one who had a head of days, and his head was white like wool, and with him was another being, whose face had the appearance of a man, and his face was full of favour, like one of the Qodesh messengers. And I asked the messenger who went with me, and showed me all the hidden matters concerning the bane of Adam, that's Yushua Mashiach, who he was, and where he was, why he went with the head of days. And he answered and said to me, this is the bane of Adam, who has righteousness, with whom dwelt righteousness, and who revealed all the treasures of that which is hidden, because Yahweh of hosts has chosen him, and whose lot has the preeminence before Yahweh of hosts in uprightness forever. And this bane of Adam, whom you have seen, shall raise up the sovereigns and the mighty from their thrones, and shall loosen the kidneys of the strong, and break the teeth of the sinners. And he shall put down the sovereigns from their thrones, and reigns, because they do not exalt and praise him, nor humbly acknowledge where the rain was bestowed upon them. Wow. And he shall put down the pride of the strong, and he shall fill them with shame. And darkness shall be their dwelling, and worms shall be their bed. And they shall have no hope of rising from their beds, because they do not exalt the name of Yahweh of hosts. See how important his name is. Wow. Please, listen to that again. And these are they who judge the stars of the Shamayim, and raise their hands against the Most High, and tread upon the earth, and dwell upon it. And all their deeds manifest unrighteousness, and their power rests upon their riches, and their belief is in the mighty ones, which they have made with their hands. And they deny the name of Yahweh of hosts, and they persecute the houses of his congregations, and the trustworthy, who hang upon the name of Yahweh of hosts. Chapter 47. And in those days the prayer of the righteous and the blood of the righteous shall have ascended from the earth before Yahweh of hosts. And in those days the Qodeshim, who dwell above in the Shamayim, shall unite with one voice, and make supplication and pray and praise, and give thanks and Baruch the name of Yahweh of hosts on behalf of the blood of the righteous which has been shed. And that the prayer of the righteous may not be in vain before Yahweh of hosts, that judgment may be done unto them, and that they may not have to suffer forever. In those days I saw the head of days, when he seated himself upon the throne of his esteem, and the books of the living were opened before him, and all his host which is in the Shamayim above, and his counselors stood before him. And the hearts of the Qodesh were filled with joy, because the number of the righteous had been offered, and the prayer of the righteous had been heard, and the blood of the righteous had been required before Yahweh of hosts. Chapter 48. And in that place I saw the fountain of righteousness, which was inexhaustible, and around it were many fountains of wisdom. And all the thirsty drank of them, and were filled with wisdom, and their dwellings were with the righteous and Qodesh, and elect. And at that hour the bane of Adam was named, in the presence of Yahuwah of hosts, and his name before the head of days. Even before the sun and the signs were created, before the stars of the Shamayim were made, his name was named before Yahuwah of hosts. He shall be a staff to the righteous, to brace themselves upon, and not fall. And he shall be the light of the nations, and the hope of those who are troubled of heart. All who dwell on earth shall fall down and worship before him, and will praise and Baruch him, and celebrate Yahuwah of hosts with song. And for this reason he has been chosen and hidden before him, before the creation of the world, and for eternity. And the wisdom of Yahuwah of hosts has revealed him to the Qodesh and righteous, for he has preserved the lot of the righteous, because they have hated and despised this world of unrighteousness, and have hated all its works and ways in the name of Yahuwah of hosts. For in his name they are saved, and according to his good pleasure has it been in regard to their life. Thank you, Father. In these days the sovereigns of the earth shall have become downcast in face, and the strong who possess the land, because of the works of their hands. For on the day of their anguish and affliction they shall not save themselves. And I will give them over into the hands of my elect, as straw in the fire, so they shall burn before the face of the Qodesh, as lead in the water. They shall sink before me, before the face of the righteous, and no trace of them shall be found any more. And on the day of their affliction there shall be rest on the earth, and before them they shall fall, and not rise again, and there shall be no one to take them with his hands and raise them, for they have denied Yahuwah of hosts and his anointed. The name of Yahuwah of hosts be Baruch. Chapter 49. For wisdom is poured out like water, and esteem failed not before him for eternity. For he is mighty in all the secrets of righteousness, and unrighteousness shall despair as a shadow, and have no continuance. Because the elect one stands before Yahuwah of hosts, and his esteem is forever and ever, and his might unto all generations. And in him dwells the spirit of wisdom, and the spirit which gives insight, and the spirit of understanding and of might, and the spirit of those who have fallen asleep in righteousness. And he shall judge the secret matters, and none shall be able to utter a lying word before him. For he is the elect one before Yahuwah of hosts, according to his good pleasure. Chapter 50. And in those days a change shall take place for the Qodesh and elect, and the light of days shall abide upon them, and esteem and honour shall turn to the Qodesh. On the day of affliction, on which evil shall have been treasured up against the sinners, and the righteous shall be victorious in the name of Yahuwah of hosts, and he will cause the others to witness, that they may repent, they may shuv, go back to Yahuwah and his reign, and abandon the works of their hands. They shall have no honour through the name of Yahuwah of hosts, yet through his name shall they be saved, and Yahuwah of hosts will have compassion on them, for his compassion is great. And he is righteous also, in his judgment, and in the presence of his esteem and righteousness also, shall not maintain itself. At his judgment the unrepentant shall perish before him, and from here on I will have no compassion on them, says Yahuwah of hosts. Chapter 51. And in those days shall the earth also give back that which has been entrusted to it, and the grave also shall give back that which it has received, and Gehennom shall give back that which it owes. For in those days the elect one shall arise, and he shall choose the righteous and Qodesh from among them. For the day has drawn near that they should be saved, and the elect one shall in those days sit on my throne, and his mouth shall pour forth all the secrets of wisdom and counsel. For Yahuwah of hosts has given to him and has esteemed him. And in those days the mountains shall leap like rams, and the hills also shall skip like lambs satisfied with milk. And the faces of the messengers in the Shamayim shall be lit up with joy. And the earth shall rejoice, and the righteous shall dwell upon it, and the elect shall walk upon it. Chapter 52. And after those days in that place where I had seen all the visions of that which is hidden, for I had been carried off in a whirlwind, and they had borne me towards the west. There my eyes saw all the secret matters of the Shamayim that shall be, a mountain of iron, and a mountain of copper, and a mountain of silver, and a mountain of gold, and a mountain of soft metal, and a mountain of lead. And I asked the messenger who went with me, saying, What are these which I have seen in secret? And he said to me, All these which you have seen shall serve the dominion of his anointed, that he may be potent and mighty on the earth. And that messenger of peace answered, saying unto me, Wait a little, and there shall be revealed unto you all the secret matters which surround Yahuwah of hosts. And these mountains which your eyes have seen, the mountain of iron and the mountain of copper, and the mountain of silver and the mountain of gold, and the mountain of soft metal, and the mountain of lead, all these shall be in the presence of the elect one as wax before the fire, and like the water which streams down from above, and they shall become powerless before his feet. And it shall come to be in those days that none shall be saved, either by gold or by silver, and none be able to escape. And there shall be no iron for war, nor shall one clothe oneself with a breastplate. Bronze shall be of no service, and tin shall not be esteemed, and lead shall not be desired. And all these shall be destroyed from the surface of the earth, when the elect one shall appear before the face of Yahuwah of hosts. Chapter 53. There my eyes saw a deep valley with open mouths, and all who dwell on the earth and sea and islands shall bring to him gifts and presents and tokens of homage. But that deep valley shall not become full. And their hands commit lawless deeds, and the sinners devour all whom they lawlessly oppress. Yet the sinners shall be destroyed before the face of Yahuwah of hosts, and they shall be banished from off the face of his earth, and they shall perish forever and ever. For I saw all the messengers of punishment abiding and preparing, all the instruments of Satan. And I asked the messenger of peace, who went with me, For whom are they preparing these instruments? And he said to me, They prepare these for the sovereigns of the mighty of this earth, that they may be destroyed by them. And after this the righteous and elect one shall cause the house of his congregation to appear, From now on, there shall be no longer hindered in the name of Yahuwah of hosts. And these mountains shall not stand as the earth before his righteousness, and the hills shall be as a fountain of water, and the righteous shall have rest from the oppression of sinners. My goodness me. Chapter 54. And I looked and turned to another part of the earth, and saw there a deep valley with burning fire. And they brought the sovereigns and the mighty, and began to cast them into this deep valley. And there my eyes saw how they made these their instruments, iron chains of immeasurable weight. And I asked the messenger of peace, who went with me, saying, For whom are these chains being prepared? And he said to me, These are being prepared for the hosts of Azazel, so that they may take them and cast them into the abyss of complete condemnation, and they shall cover their jaws with rough stones, as Yahuwah of hosts commanded. And Michael and Gabriel and Raphael and Phanuel shall take hold of them on that great day, and cast them on that day into the burning furnace, that Yahuwah of hosts may take vengeance on them for their unrighteousness in becoming subject to Satan and leading astray those who dwell on the earth. And in those days punishment shall come from Yahuwah of hosts, and he will open all the chambers of waters which are above the Shamayim, and of the fountains which are beneath the earth. And all the waters shall be joined with the waters. That which is above the Shamayim is the masculine, and the water which is beneath the earth is feminine. And they shall destroy all who dwell on the earth, and those who dwell under the ends of the Shamayim. And when they have recognized their unrighteousness, which they have wrought on the earth, then by these shall they perish. Chapter 55. And after that the head of days repented and said, In vain I have destroyed all who dwell on the earth. And he swore by his great name, From now on I will not do so to all who dwell on the earth, and I will place a sign in the Shamayim, and this shall be a pledge of good trust between me and them forever, so long as the Shamayim is above the earth, and this is in accordance with my command. When I have desired to take hold of them by the hand of the messengers on the day of tribulation and pain, because of this I will cause my chastisement and my wrath to abide upon them, says Elohim, Yahuwah of hosts. You mighty sovereigns who dwell on the earth, you shall have to look upon my elect one, how he sits on the throne of esteem and judges Azazel and all his associates and all his hosts in the name of Yahuwah of hosts. Chapter 56. And I saw there the hosts of the messengers of punishment going, and they held scourges and chains of iron and bronze. And I asked the messenger of peace, who went with me, saying, To whom are these who hold the scourges going? And he said to me, To their elect and beloved ones, that they may be cast into the chasm of the abyss of the valley. And then that valley shall be filled with the elect and beloved, and the days of their lives shall be at an end, and the days of their leading astray shall not be reckoned thereafter. And in those days the messengers shall return and hurl themselves to the east upon the Parthians and the Madites. They shall stir up the sovereigns, so that a spirit of unrest shall come upon them, and they shall rouse them from their thrones, that they may break forth as lions from their lairs, and as hungry wolves among their flocks. Whoa. And they shall go up and tread underfoot the land of his elect ones. But the city of my righteous shall be a hindrance to their horses, and they shall begin to fight among themselves, and their right hand shall be strong against themselves. And a man shall not know his brother, nor a son his father or his mother, till there be no number of the corpses through their slaughter, and their punishment be not in vain. In those days the grave shall open its jaws, and they shall be swallowed up therein, and their destruction shall be at an end. The grave shall devour the sinners in the presence of the elect. Chapter 57. And it came to be after this, that I saw another host of chariots, and men riding upon them, and coming on the winds from the east and from the west to the south. And the noise of their chariots was heard. And when this turmoil took place, the Qodeshim from the Shamayim observed it, and the pillars of the earth were moved from their place, and the sound whereof was heard from the one end of the Shamayim to the other in one day. And they shall all fall down and worship Yahuwah of hosts. And this is the end of the second parable. Chapter 58. And I began to speak the third parable concerning the righteous and elect. Baruch are you, you righteous and elect, for magnificent shall be your lot. And the righteous shall be in the light of the sun, and the elect in the light of eternal Chai. The days of their Chai shall be unending, and the days of the Qodesh without number. Wow. And they shall seek the light, and find righteousness with Yahuwah of hosts. There shall be peace to the righteous in the name of the eternal Adon. And after this it shall be said to the Qodesh in the Shamayim, that they should seek out the secrets of righteousness, the heritage of belief. For it has become bright as the sun upon earth, and the darkness is past. And there shall be a light that never ends, and a number of days they shall not come. For the darkness shall first have been destroyed, and the light of uprightness established forever before Yahuwah of hosts. Chapter 59. And in those days my eyes saw the secrets of the lightnings and of the lights, and the right rulings they execute. And they lighten for a berekoth, or a curse, as Yahuwah of hosts desires. And there I saw the secrets of the thunder, and how when it resounds above in the Shamayim, the sound thereof is heard. And he caused me to see the right rulings executed on the earth, whether they be for well-being and berekoth, or for a curse according to the word of Yahuwah of hosts. And after that, all the secrets of the lights and lightnings were shown to me, and they lighten for berekoth and for satisfying. End of the parables. Well, thank you for joining me. We'll be reading the fragment of the Book of Noah next. But wasn't that amazing? What a story. I'm glad somebody wrote it down. That Abba YHWH decided for you with your Ru'ach and his Ru'ach HaKodesh how much of this you want to listen to. It's a good story, but I always go by, we'll never know for sure until we get home. So onward and upward, Haverim, watching and waiting with you. Much shalom, much ahav, and much hedwah to you all.